Hi everyone, and welcome to a new session of the HPP Innovation Week. My name is Mario González, and I work in the HPP Food Applications Department at Hiperbaric, where I try to give support to any HPP user. Today, I would like to present the benefits of HPP for cold-pressed juices, and also to present the new applications, the new type of products within this category. Okay, so to start with, I have some background. Here you can see the number of HPP machines that were installed between years 2000 and 2022, and how they are distributed between different food applications. You can see for the beverage category that in the first 10 years of implementation, the juice category was not very widespread, but it was after year 2010 that this specific application started to grow. And you can see that in the year 2022, it is one of the biggest applications for HPP technology. This is shown here in this figure where we represent the different machines, how they are split in different food applications. So you can see for juices and beverages that around 24% of the installed HPP machines are processing juices and beverages, but also for the tolling category that you can see in the bottom. Juices and beverages represent a big part of the production for these companies. So we can say that this category is the biggest for HPP. Why is that? Here you have the answer, because with HPP we can achieve fresh-like premium beverages, preserving the quality attributes of these products. We also can guarantee food safety and extend shelf life. HPP is approved as a lethal step to kill pathogens and guarantee safety of this product. It is also possible to develop clean label products, removing some of the additives and preservatives that are typically added to juice, such as sorbates or ascorbates. It is also possible to develop functional and probiotic beverages, and we have no packaging limitations, as we will see later on. Regarding fresh-like premium and functional beverages, here you have like a summary of the different categories that can be found in the market, from cold-pressed juice to functional sodas, smoothies, veggie soups, and fruit-based waters. If we go more in detail, for fruit-infused water, here you have an example that includes mint and lemon inside a bottle. A new category that we can find is a hydration electrolyte. This type of beverage includes electrolytes, probiotics, and cold-pressed juice for support to the immune system. Sports beverages can be developed under the same principle. New category, let's say, is juices and beverages containing CBC and probiotics, such as the one we see here, that includes also electrolytes to cold-pressed juice. And the natural focus is maybe one last category that tries to promote the natural focus without the use of caffeine, but using fatty acids and essential amino acids instead. And why is it possible to develop this type of products? Well, because HPP preserves the functionality of juices. I have included here a few examples, some scientific references to show that this is indeed true. Here we have two types of fruit purees, strawberry and blueberry. And the study considered two different types of compounds, the total phenols and the anthocyanins, which are phenolic compounds as well. So you can see on the blue bars that are somehow comparable to the unprocessed controls. However, the thermally processed beverage, even if we can keep a high amount, you see that always the concentration is a bit lower. compared to the high pressure processed beverage. Sometimes we see that even the concentration of this type of compounds increases after the process. This does not mean that the HPP creates this type of compounds, but HPP enhances the extraction from the fruit of these compounds. So when doing the analysis in the laboratory, sometimes we can detect even a higher concentration compared to the unprocessed samples. We see something similar in this study with cucumber juice. Again, we can compare here the unprocessed, thermally processed, and high pressure processed juice. And if we take a look at the chlorophyll, type E and type B, it is very obvious here that for thermal processing, there is a significant decrease. However, if you check on the right of the graph, you see for a chlorophyll A, for instance, that we have a slight increase because of this enhanced extraction. And you can see how through storage on day 0, 15, and 35, this concentration remains somehow stable and sometimes even higher than the unprocessed control. So this suggests that HPP preserves this type of compounds and also the functionality. One final example I have here with fruit smoothies. This study considered a multi-fruit smoothie, and also how the concentration of different compounds that you see here, lycopene, beta-carotene, carotene, ascorbic acid, phenols, how this concentration changes over time on day 0 and on day 45 of storage. You see that the blue lines are always above the red ones. The red ones represent the thermally processed smoothies. And you can see how HPP maintains a higher concentration of these compounds through storage. It is quite significant on day 45 that the concentration in the thermally processed smoothie decreases a lot for all indicators. Okay. We can also guarantee food safety and extend shelf life. I have only included one study, but we have plenty showing the potential of HPP to control pathogens. This particular study considered 12 different commercial juices that were processed at 79,000 psi for 1 minute. And in all cases, it was possible to achieve a 5-log reduction for Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. This is actually required by FDA. Regarding shelf life extension, this study considered the pomegranate juice and 2 different indicators, the total mesophilic bacteria and, it says total mesophilic on the right, but I think this should be molds and yeasts. So yeah, you see that the HPP can actually keep those below the detection limit through 35 days of storage. However, on the unprocessed beverage, the concentration increases because we don't have a control to inactivate them. And I have 2 additional examples on 2, let's say, exotic juices. At least the carambola one, the grapefruit juice is more common, I think. But I like these examples because we can see for different microbial categories from total aerobes, psychotrophs, coliforms, molds, and yeasts, how HPP can keep these indicators below detection limit up to 40 or 30 days of storage. And yeah, HPP is also a sustainable process. I will try to show how. It is possible to upcycle some food products. This means that the ugly raw materials that otherwise would be discarded can be used, for instance, to produce cold pressed juice. So yeah, this is a nice way to give value to these raw materials. There is already a company in Canada working under this principle to produce not only juice but different food products. And there are no packaging limitations. Here I show this nice example, which is a PET cake. The nice thing of the PET cake is that we can save the use of plastic. As an example, you see here that to bottle 20 liters of juice, we would need more than 1 kilo of PET. However, to pack the same volume of juice in one cake, we only need 400 grams of PET. So we save, as you see, more than 65% of plastic. And specifically for juices, it is possible to use our HPP in bulk system. The idea is to use HPP in bulk to feed the machine with juice in bulk to process this juice. And it is possible to select the type of packaging that we want for the final product. So we can use carton, glass, and other things different to plastic. This process is more efficient also because productivity increases as we can fill the machine up to 90% of juice. It has the lowest total cost of ownership of all HPP equipment available in the market. As I said, it provides packaging versatility, and yeah, it can be easily integrated into the juice processing environment. And there are, of course, some sustainable materials that are compatible with HPP, suitable for the process. Some bioplastics, such as PLA, recycled PET is also a very nice option and suitable for the process. And some packaging companies are developing biodegradable solutions. For instance, they manufacture PET bottles and they add some additives that make degradation easier. So this plastic stays for less time in the environment. So let's move to the conclusions. Juices and beverages are the fastest growing application for HPP. HPP preserves sensory, nutritional, and functional attributes of cold-pressed juices. HPP is suitable for new product categories, as I have shown many examples. HPP can be used as a lethal step to inactivate pathogens in cold-pressed juice to guarantee food safety and regulatory compliance. And alternatives to conventional plastic bottles and upcycling strategies are suitable for HPP. So, yeah, this was all from my side. Yeah, so now let's move to Scott. Yeah, I think Scott, you are here with us, right?
Yes. Hi.
Okay, Scott. Hi. So yeah, I think you will present how cold pressed juices can give rise to new product category. So if you can go ahead with your presentation.
Excellent. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at the Innovation Week here. I'm Scott Holstein, been in food and beverage for about 30 years now, and excited to be involved with Twisted Alchemy, co-founded with my wife and partner, Kim. And we produce cold pressed juices for craft cocktails, primarily for hospitality on premise, and starting to do a bunch more into off premise or retail. So that is who we are. Here's a little more info. You know, we've won a bunch of awards with our products, with industry tasting events and tasting awards. We sell to some premium on-premise locations, food service locations such as Marriott and Disney, and you can see some of the brands. We work with a bunch of spirit companies as well. They're always looking for high-quality juices, and HPP is the place to go for and hyperbaric is where we use most of our stuff is done in hyperbaric machines. Again, we are premium focused, so our big task was to bring HPP into food service and educate folks that were doing fresh squeezing fresh squeezing on premise, that there's an alternative solution that can deliver a better, I'd say it's a better mousetrap for a hotel, bar, or restaurant. These are some of the flavors we do. So this is just so you guys understand, this is more of a sales deck. So but I will be able to touch on some of the points I think will be, educational to y'all. But as I was saying, the main premise here was to get communicated to the properties or the operation teams that they could use HPP as an alternative to squeezing their own juices on premise. And it gave them longer shelf life. It gave them consistency on, pH and bricks that they could get year round. Oftentimes, folks folks who really care about the quality of their cocktails and their beverage program really do care of what the bricks levels are, the pH levels are, and consistency. And if you ever worked at a restaurant operation, that you're measuring to the inch how much alcohol is left in the bottle at the end of the night. And there's entire software programs designed to measure your inventory. But when it comes to juices, most of which, I think the number was 70% of cocktails made in a bar use some sort of fruit juice. It was like the Wild West. They had no idea how much yield they were going to get from a case of juice, a case of limes or lemons or oranges. Every season it changes. The rind is thicker. The juice could taste different. The bricks levels are different. So there's so much variables. What we were trying to do is dial in a much tighter way for the properties so they could have more visibility and more control of their product, their juice product. So, we curate for bricks at the tree and the farm level, and we don't pick product until it's actually hit a bricks level that we like, that we've identified is where we need to land. So from that point, as soon as it comes off the trees, it stays cold, and we process in a cold environment. We HPP, obviously, in cold, and we deliver cold across the U.S. So this is just, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this slide for the first time. I'm not sure what this slide is. Yeah, there's, this is just calling out that traditional mixers are made with just high fructose corn syrup, and 30% is generous. Most mixers, if you buy in a store, are going to have 5%, maybe 10%. So all the juices we do are obviously 100%. We do some mixers like our 3 citrus margarita I happen to have here. This has 50% juice, which is insane relative to what's out there. Obviously, doing our own juices cuts labor cost if you're juicing on premise. And then we're fully composting, maintains quality. We really do believe it's a better than juicing on premise. This is simply explaining how many limes go into a bottle. Again, you don't know that when you're doing a juice program on premise. You have no idea most of the time what your yield's going to be. So in the last, it's 18 to 24 months, we started using kegs in HPP, and it's been it's delivered a super good solution for a lot of properties. It's not for everybody, but for those who it's for, it's a home run. And as the previous gentleman was mentioning, it does cut back on plastic use significantly. I'm glad you presented that 66% savings on plastic. I actually hadn't had that number, so I appreciate that. So, but yeah, I mean, you're talking about, instead of a single use, or even like a bottle like this may produce 10, for us, like 10 cocktails, right? But this thing will produce over 100 cocktails with less plastic on a per bottle basis. So it comes out really well, and it reduces the per user plastic usage for sure. It's a one-way keg solution, and then it's recyclable at the property level. So it's actually crushes down really nicely once the liquid's been depleted. So we're able to put 2 of these kegs in one of your hyperbaric carriers inside the machine. These are 20-liter vessels, or 5. Actually, they're 5, about 5-gallon, if I'm not mistaken. So that is the scoop. On these, we don't fill them up completely. We leave room to add alcohol if the property wants them. And we had to dial that in. It took a while to get that designed. Hyperbaric was super helpful in getting us here, so we do appreciate that. So we with HPP and the keg system, we're really delivering a better quality product and able to deliver a faster service solution for our operators. So overall, it's a better, more effective way to deliver high quality product in an on-premise or food service operation. So it gives you speed. You can serve thousands of cocktails in our world, which is great. Alchemy, a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination, which, we really think that the HPP solution for what we do gets us there, and has been super effective in providing, especially after COVID, in providing a lower labor solution across every platform we sell into on premise. So cutting labor, delivering on quality, consistency, and now more innovation with the kegs. And we have, we're always looking for other ways to make our operators more successful. We're looking at delivering operational solutions for our customers. So it's a different use profile than it's like a bottle of juice for consumer. Totally different use with HPP. And I think there's lots of other places that you could innovate for that part of the food industry, food and beverage, for sure. And so Hyperbaric's been a great partner, and I appreciate it. So Mario, did you have any other questions for me, or is there anything else I didn't hit?
I think you covered everything. I mean, you're very focused on food service. You are making life easier to bars, let's say. So for them now, it's very easy to prepare cocktails in a very standard way. They don't have to care about sourcing different fruits, preparing the juice, cleaning the equipment. So yeah, this, as you said, this is a new use for cold press juices. So congratulations for that.
Thank you. It also gets into a bar environment, products that they couldn't even juice if they wanted to. Like, juicing a pomegranate, nobody's doing that in a bar.
Exactly. It's very hard to do that in a bar. So
it's almost impossible. So we can do that in our plants and get them products that they wouldn't have. Also, they wouldn't really take a risk necessarily on buying a case of blood oranges and juicing it themselves, because that's too much risk. They're not going to, they don't know how much they're going to sell. But if we can deliver a bottle and give them, extended shelf life, and they're not worried about losing the product, then it solves a problem for them.
Yeah, and this is a premium product because you also take care of this. You, as you said, you collect the fruits in the right moment. So HPP also preserves the quality of the product. So I only see benefits for the bars doing cocktails.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for your time and for presenting your product. And thank you everyone for watching this session. If you would like to, yeah, thank you. So if you wanted to learn more, keep watching our HPP Innovation Week. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take